little head of steam here. Straight into the pit. Got 4 points in the Vengeance Aura, 4 points in the Wave of Terror. Gonna make this Roshan pretty quick. Not even using the Gush. Got the mech at the ready. TR coming in, but already too late. Aegis up on the Phantom Lancer. And still pretty much no way to deal with this guy, unfortunately. He's just gonna kind of run amok. Is Wraith King going for Radiance? That does not seem like the build. I don't know. I mean, Lance has been... He's been kind of cursed to a somewhat awful fate this game of playing the Wraith King against Phantom Lancer, but... It does not feel like a Radiance game to me. They can stall, they've got the Invoker Darkseer for the high ground, but... The Mineski push is just getting scarier and scarier. Like, they could end this game potentially in the next 10 minutes if the next two team fights go really well for them. The lead isn't massive by any means, so I don't want to overhype it, but the Invoker's Orchid choice is not going to be crazy in these next couple of fights, and they also lack a little bit of lane control, so once the Phantom Lancer split push really starts ramping up, I don't think they're going to be able to do very much to deal with him, outside of actually getting the Fiend script, but that's kind of the only way. All the other stuns and whatnot can either be doppelgangered or diffusal purged. And now they're going to look for the Wraith King here on the vision. Glimpse him back into the Static Storm, Kinetic Field, Defensive Nightmare going to buy him a little bit of space. Phantom Lancer comes running in. Have they burned enough of his mana just yet? Looks like the answer is no, actually. So they're going to let the Wraith King keep on running away. The EMP buys some space. They've managed to silence up the Ven. She's in some trouble. Gets gripped. She's not the one with the Aegis. Tide comes jumping in. Hops the Ravage. Is a tiny bit late. Is there going to be a steal from the Rubik? It's still on cooldown for 1 second. He's going to look for it. He manages to get his hands on the Anchor Smash. 2 down. DDZ continuing this fight. Lance now but he's already got the value out of his first life. Phantom Lancer going to work, just staying on the fringes. Now choosing to commit. They get the lift up onto it. Jesse triple kill for DDZ so far. Phantom Lancer trying to do what he can. Buyback's coming back into the game to support this Phantom Lancer once he does end up dropping, but he's in some trouble. Looks like the Rasta did manage to TP his way out, and with that Vengeful Spirit buyback, it wasn't for nothing, because I think they might have been able to kill the Phantom Lancer again, depending on Invoker's cooldowns, but that fight went way better than I was expecting for Team Redemption. I guess just the Wraith King having so little health relative to his mana pool, they actually couldn't mana burn him out before he died, so he does pick up his relic, and he is gonna have a pretty decently timed Radiance here. Alright. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe they're in a better position than I thought. I was expecting the Aegis to be an easy, 2 team fight wins for Mineski, but Cuckoo really tried to hang on to it there and didn't commit into the fight. He may have gotten clipped by the EMP, which kind of reduced his overall effectiveness, but however it happened, it was a team fight win for Team Redemption. So back to the drawing board, I guess, for a little bit for Mineski. We do have 1,800 gold up on this Disruptor, and a decent amount of gold on the Phantom Lancer as well, but Wraith King gonna speed up his farm pretty substantially once he has this Radiance. Level 16 should come along pretty quickly, and then he can start building up the items that he needs to deal with the Phantom Lancer, which is good. Invoker's just grabbed the Dragon Lance at the moment. Give him the opportunity to stay a little bit further away from the fight, obviously. Especially when you've got the Shadow Shaman with an Aether Lens hunting for you. And we've got a Blink Dagger on the Rubik, in fact, so let's see some big Ravage steals. Tossing it right back the other way. Massive forwards dropped. Mineski are making a bid for this mid tower, but need to respect the Darkseer combo at least a little bit. Is the Wraith King Radiance up? It is. And blink forward, go for a gush. Doppelganger as well, more damage onto the tower. Just gonna right click it down. Glimpse not gonna bring anyone back into range. And Vengeful Spirit with the double damage gonna make work of that. Alright, so just gonna end up being a tier 1 for a tier 2 trade. Won't be able to catch anybody on the way out, but still. TR gonna come in and at least get the mop up the Mass Serpent Wards as well. Rubik now has his Aether Lens, so should be able to quite easily get his hands on the Ravage, assuming that he's far enough away, which should be good. Tidehunter gonna have to be very disciplined about immediately casting the Anchor Smash right after the Rav, but that sometimes isn't fast enough between the backswing on Ravage and the wind up on on Anchor, Rubik can actually still sometimes get his hands on it, so I'm gonna have to keep an eye out for that. Is it a good Ags game for the Rubik? Yeah, it actually is. All the Ags upgrades that Mineski have are pretty sweet. So I might see that a little bit further down the line for Mosen, depending on how his game continues to go. Shadow Shaman, maybe a Blink Dagger or something coming up a little bit later. Some more Force Stabs would be good, like Tide's gone for, just to help deal with the EMP. But PL is still pretty fat, and the Vengeful Spirit is as well. And they're going to have some BKB, well, they're going to have at least one BKB up pretty soon. Looks like Phantom Lancer is going Scotty, I guess, right away. I don't know what else would he be building with this. Oh no, Manta. I'm losing it a little bit. Alright, so Manta style coming up next, of course. Just, yeah, not used to not seeing the Yasha, but I guess he wants a little bit of extra HP and mana. It's probably just close to the secret shop as well when he bought that. What do we got? Bane, 1600 gold. I wonder if he's going to go for the Aether Lens, or if he might consider picking up some kind of movement item. No, actually grabs a Mithril Hammer. Alright, is it BKB time for the Bane? Looks like that might be the answer. I guess he needs to... is that actually the answer? I mean, you can BKB grip the Venge, but if you don't grip the Venge, then you're just gonna get swapped. I don't know. He's committed now. We'll see how it goes for him. Vengeful Spirit, meanwhile, completes up her BKB. That's gonna get delivered post-haste. And Invoker, well, still yet to see really a substantial pick-off off of this Orchid. The pressure is forcing Mineski to 5-man a little bit more, but their lineup was kind of built around 5-manning to begin with.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
There you go. Bane is still in these trees, but it may actually work out in his favor. Times running up. Darkseer needs to be careful. Could get shackled. They're going to vacuum a few together. Darkseer's not going to get any spells off aside from the vacuum. That's not good at all. Wraith King's stuck inside the kinetic field. Static Storm looks like he's going to lose his first life here. Can his team get in position to help him out? Tornado EMP coming in. Revenge actually going to get lifted up as the BKB does end up fading. Ravage, was it stolen? Yes, it was, but they do end up losing the Wraith King for the second time. Gush is ready. And Invoker Ghost Walk on cooldown for 3, 2, 1. He's already gone. And Mosen manages to get away with the Rav, but Mineski win the team fight, and they're going to be able to press this even further forward. Might even be able to force some buybacks, potentially. They really wanted to kill the Rubik right there, but very wisely, Mosen is backed all the way back, backed off all the way to mid lane. Alright, so 2-2's dead. They've got the Glyph. I guess the Glyph is going to be enough for them not to have to use any buybacks. And they have to respect the fact that Rubik has this Ravage still. That's a bit weird. I guess the buyback's going to scare them off, but I think they could have just Glyphed it. Seems a bit wasteful from DDZ. But just playing it safe, I suppose. They are still just this game away from elimination, so gotta try and hang in here as best they can. But Venge is still huge. PL's got his Manta style now. Darkseer needs a BKB, I guess. Just so he can definitely get his combo off. Or what's he gonna buy? Is he gonna buy Lotus? Plate Mail? Yep, alright. So either Shiva's pretty good against the Phantom Lancer. Lotus also pretty good this game in general. The Wraith King still needs whatever his anti-mana burn item is going to be, or something. He's just still getting clobbered in these fights. Invoker and Wraith King both have so much net. Anti-mana burn item is going to be, or something. He's just still getting clobbered in these fights. Invoker and Wraith King both have so much net worth, but it just doesn't feel like, point for point, it doesn't feel as effective as what Mineski have right now. And they're also behind, so that's not good. And Roshan's respawn. Dire look like they may not have scouted this out just yet, but they do have a little bit of vision around the pit. Looks like what? Shadow Shaman's going for an eggs. Rubik, as expected, kind of going for the eggs as well. Ravage still stolen for another, what? It's level 2, so that's about another 2 minutes with the Ravage in reserve, so Mosin should be able to make some pretty big plays. But the Radiant Ravage not up for another 15, so it looks like that might be the cause, or might be the reason that they're not actually second. Phantom Lancer has his Boots of Travel off cooldown, but he's just gonna walk his way up to top lane, and that pressure may actually force somebody on TR back. They are super grouped up at the moment. I guess they just don't see anybody on the map. If you consider the situation that TR find themselves in, they're just afraid. So, I'm gonna play this really safe. Bane wants to grab a little dangerous farm, just soaking experience for now. But nobody really farming aside from the Wraith King for the time being on the dire side. Invoker's gonna get a BKB, which is nice. Wraith King 2k gold, so BKB could be his before too long. But they're gonna show the Wraith King on top lane, and Vanessa, they're just gonna completely wait out this stolen Ravage. I guess they are. Only another, what, like 40 seconds to go. They've got a smoke, but it looks like TR are just not keen. Are they almost level 16 on the Wraith King? Yeah, one more level to go. Alright. That's probably another reason to wait. Level 16 on the Wraith King, BKB on the Invoker. Darkseer's not going to have an item for a little while, but just going to let the stolen Ravage opportunity pass them by. Phantom Lancer's going to continue to get bigger, can buy another big can buy his first big survivability item soon. Which is going to make him very, very difficult to deal with. I'd still really like to see a Mjolnir on this Invoker, potentially a little bit later on. Disruptor now has himself a Blink Dagger to combo it up with the Tidehunter, which definitely seems nice. And they are going to head into the pit. Alright. And yeah, the Stolen Ravage is down now. So, Mineski looking at a free Roshan maybe? Is this being scattered by the Dire at all? They had a tiny bit of vision down through this corridor, courtesy of this Observer Ward, but Submission's already dropped too quickly. Sunstrike's gonna scout things out, but what does it matter? Aegis is already in the hands of the Phantom Lancer. Tide's gonna go zipping out of the pit, and TR just a little bit late to the party. What are they hoping for here? Best case scenario is that Phantom Lancer Boots of Travel's top and they go and catch him. But I don't think that's gonna happen. So we got some item discussion going on here. Who's carrying what? Everyone's still hiding in the pit. Do they think that they're running at them right now? Maybe. Mineski also being pretty cautious about this. Yeah, the two heroes with blinks just making sure that they stay inside the pit so that they can't get jumped. But TR are not keen to take this team fight. So it looks like they're just going to push top. Tier 2 for a Tier 2 trade threatened, but Mineski might be able to go high ground. Glyph available for both sides. And who's off the map? So for the Dire, they see all 5. Radiant see 4. They know that the Darkseer is backed up to defend here. Just letting the Invoker go to work on this tower. Glyph's going to be used by the Radiant. And Dire Glyph being held for the high ground for the time being. Wraith King is mid, does have a TP. Alright, they're going to come back, but the Master Serpent Wards have been dropped down already. There comes the Glyph, but they're going to glimpse back the Invoker. Forced to pop his 10-second BKB, but won't get any value out of it, really. Great blink play out of the Disruptor there. Alright, they clean up the Mass Serpent Wards. Wraith King takes a little bit of damage. Looks like he's going to be alright. Does have his BKB up now. He's getting poked away at. Shadow Shaman runs up onto the high ground. Gets the Orchid and the EMP out of the Invoker. He'll be able to retreat back. Phantom Lancer with the Aegis knows no fear. Makes his way onto the high ground. Tier 3. Dropping pretty quickly. Cold Snap's there. Vengeful Spirit running in. Gonna get the swap back into the immediate Hex on a DDD. On a DZZ with the Ravage on top. Anchor Smash was the steal. They dropped the Kinetic Field Static Storm onto the Rubik to prevent the Stolen Ravage. Great team play coordination coming out from Mineski here. Lance just gonna fight his way through. Still has his second life to fall back on, but they're keeping him in place and burning his mana. Little by little, that's the first life. Meanwhile, back by the fountain, Cuckoo is just running roughshod over the remainder of Team Redemption, and this is looking like it is going to be at least the one lane of Rax. Darkseer's got a buyback available, but they're cleaning this up really quickly, and it's just the Bane. lives through.
Dire's bottom
Fiendscript
barracks
did
has
what,
fallen.
1 tick of damage, so it looks like maybe got immediately cancelled by a glimpse or the static storm. And Maneski still have everybody, and they still have this Aegis. So this might just be it. This could be the end of the series right here. We had a crazy game 3, but all of the other games have been very convincing in Maneski's favor. Darkseer not even buying back, he's just watching his buildings fall. Tide's got the refresher orb now. Yeah, this has got to be it. Even if they don't get mega creeps right here, it's just so much economic damage. And there's still the Aegis for another 2 minutes, so they can just all back up, heal off, back up, heal up, and then just go and run at them again. Yeah, Tide's even going to immediately pop their refresher orb. They're going to go right this second. Not even going to wait. I mean, why not? Shouldn't give TR any breathing room to grab any more items. Just go and end this game in one fell swoop. Ugh. Butterfly on the Phantom Lancer. I don't think there's any killing this guy. And I think that's exactly the reason that the Butterfly has come up instead of a Heart or a Scotty or something like that. He just knows that they don't really have the tools to deal with him. This last big PL has been the perfect pick. I was howling for Nyx Assassin, but this has been an amazing Phantom Lancer game. Just, I kind of like to call it just a little bit of a drafting mistake, honestly, from TR, but they spent so many picks protecting this Invoker's mid lane, and then they spent all of the Bane's early game time protecting Invoker's mid lane, and they spent the first pick on Invoker, but it hasn't been nearly as value as I think that they were hoping it was going to be. Wraith King gonna try and hold onto the high ground here, but Phantom Lancer comes charging in. Blade Mail is going to be popped. Might just be an Aegis exchanged for the Wraith King's first life. He's going to come back in. As that his BKB available. He's actually already used it when he got beat down. The Aegis pop. Tier 3 already dead. They're going to swap back the Wraith King into a stun. Blade Mail doing a little bit of damage. The Darkseer jumps into the back lines with the wall and the vacuum, but it just doesn't do anything. 2 down already, and the Phantom Lancer just going to go in and finish this one up. GG's being called, and Maneski are going to be the SEA representative at the Mars TV going to the Winter 2015 season. With a very convincing 3-1 in the grand finals here. So, unfortunately for TR, that is going to be the end for them here. They did win the winner bracket match against Maneski, but Maneski just came roaring back from the lower bracket and are going to cinch the win. Thank you very much for tuning in. I don't know if I really have anything else to say on this series. Maneski looking really good, though. I want to hammer home the point one more time about the fact that they've shown, their drafts have been a little bit samey in the openings, at least, but they've shown some real versatility. They've got the aggressive pushing strategies. They showed a little bit more restraint in some of the earlier games. Their team play and their team coordination overall seems really, really good. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how they do at the LAN. But thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the